you doing? This is Black Shy Guy, and as always, make sure you hit the like if you really enjoyed this video. Also subscribe if you're not a resident of Chi-Town yet, and as always, thank you for sitting at my table. We are here to discuss a certain show that is causing an uproar. Not only a certain show because it was a video game first, but we are going to discuss the situation dealing with The Last of Us. And a lot of people are going to be like, oh shit, here we go. I mean, what started the controversy of The Last of Us?
All clear?
He's out. Put him against the wall.
Tommy! Get off me! Get off me! Puta madre.
Joel Miller.
Oh yeah, that's what happened. Joel's death. Listen, the thing about Joel's death, before I continue with what's going on with The Last of Us, a lot of people, and I might get a lot of hate comments for this, a lot of people cannot handle the fact that a lot of video games are based off of reality. And in reality, life doesn't give two shits about your feelings. Life doesn't give two shits on who is going to affect. Life just happens. When you lose someone, you lose someone. Karma is a bitch as well. And what happened to Joe is what happens in reality with a lot of us who lose loved ones and etc. It just happens. It's fucked up. We all know that. But it happens. Life does not care about feelings or who it chooses to take away. And a lot of people are going to base that on the fact that, well, they still shouldn't have taken away someone that we cared about, a character that we fell so much in love with. But that's what happens in life. And The Last of Us is based off reality. And yes, I know The Last of Us is about zombies and shit, and all of that doesn't happen in reality. I know, damn, I know that. But it doesn't change the fact that they made The Last of Us situation all around. All of that is based off of reality. Period. Life is unforgivable. It is what it is. A lot of people enjoyed The Last of Us, and a lot of people didn't enjoy The Last of Us. And I'm talking about part 2 because everybody in the world enjoyed The Last of Us part 1. Of course, it had a happy ending. Who's not going to enjoy a happy ending with both heroes survive, or whatever amount of heroes that's in the game? Everybody loves a happy ending when all the heroes survive. But a lot of heroes in video games that die off, those are the games that are most hated. You know that? A lot of games that the main hero or someone as significant as Joe, because we all know Joe is not the main character, it's Ellie. Someone as significant as Joe dies off, people hate the game. People hate the game. It is what it is. But we're gonna dive in what Neil Druckmann had to say about a possible Last of Us 3, and it wasn't good news for a lot of us.
I was waiting for this question. I guess the only thing I would say is don't bet on there being more of Last of Us. This could be it.
Neil Druckmann plays with a lot of words, because all he said is don't count on all he said is don't count on not any more Last of Us being made. We don't know if he was talking about the TV show. We don't know if he was talking about the game. There's a lot of wordplay because we all know what Neil Druckmann was doing when The Last of Us 2 needed to be announced. He was doing a lot of wordplay. He did not want to specifically say that, hey, yes, there is a possible Last of Us 2 until further on. Earlier, he kept hinting at it, but never wanted to say it. Never wanted to say it. He says something almost insignificant to what he's saying right now about The Last of Us 3. He said the same thing about The Last of Us 2. So who knows if it's true? We just gotta be patient and wait. But The Last of Us, despite that, I am so surprised the amount of hate that The Last of Us 3 is getting, and it's not even made yet. A lot of people are happy for the fact that The Last of Us 3 is not being made, which is kind of surprising. The Last of Us 3, don't you want to know how the story ends despite Joe not being in it? Don't you want to know what happens to Ellie? And I know a lot of you guys hate the muscle-bound Abby. For the people who gave Abby an opportunity, they did end up liking her. I'm one of them. I'm gonna be honest. I ended up liking Abby because, in a way, just like a lot of people who also played the game all the way through, because unfortunately a lot of people stopped playing the game as soon as Joe died. A lot of people. But I continued on with the pain, and I played through the game, and I started sympathizing with Abby. I started realizing I know why she did it. I know why she did it. I know. Because when you play through her trauma, her story, etc., you see what she had to go through. You see the battles that she had to go through with her friends, with her so-called family that she has made in that town that she was in. Abby became, to me, a secondary character. She became the new character that Joe was. Listen, Abby will never replace Joe. I love Joe just as much as you guys do, and I sympathize with for the people who hate The Last of Us 2. I sympathize. I know why you hate The Last of Us 2, but it is what it is. Like I said earlier, life doesn't give two shits about who it takes and who it leaves behind, and I believe Naughty Dog was trying to look at that. But despite that, obviously there are better ways they could have made the story. There could have been a better ground game laid out to basically lead up to Joe's demise. The way they did it, I gotta admit, I did not like the way they did it. I did not like the fact that they threw you in control of Abby immediately after that situation. It was not good. It was not good. And this is why a lot of people are not looking up to The Last of Us 3. A lot of people. But there also are a significant amount of people that can't wait for The Last of Us 3. And I'm one of them. I just don't understand where Neil Druckmann is coming at with this statement. Maybe he's trying to push that other game, which is also getting a lot of hate. So I'm not looking forward to that other game, honestly. I'm not. And it's not because the protagonist is a woman. I don't care. She can be a woman. I don't care. I'm just rather The Last of Us 3 than that game. I do. I rather The Last of Us 3 than that game. For the simple fact that The Last of Us 3 needs an ending, an official ending. Ellie walking off in the field with everything being taken away from her, from the love of her life, from the child she made, from the child that she considered her own. Everything lost to her. Even the glory of vengeance was taken away from her because she realized that vengeance basically led to nothing. There was no gain from the vengeance she was seeking, and unfortunately she went out to seek it anyway and lost everything. And that was the ending we were left with when it came to The Last of Us 2. And now with The Last of Us 3 supposedly not being made because of Neil Druckmann's announcement, which I do believe he's wordplaying. I do believe he's wordplaying. But now with that announcement, it puts a lot of people in a what if mode. I mean, now we got to wonder what happened to Ellie after that. What happened to Ellie when she walked out into the field? To nothing. I don't know. What say you? Are you waiting for The Last of Us 3? Do you care that The Last of Us 3 is even being considered not being made? Or you're one of those out there that just don't give two shits after what happened to Joe? This is Black Shy Guy. Make sure you leave your comments down below. Make sure you like the video if you really enjoyed it. And also subscribe if you are not a resident. Subscribe. This is Black Shy Guy. I'm out of here. Peace.